Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, that is Technical Knowledge with this Swapnil, and today I will show you one more Power App video which is related to cascading dropdown. If you are not aware about the what is cascading dropdown and all, I will explain you very briefly. So yeah, stay tuned. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel, then please do subscribe to my channel. It's I created content related to Power Apps, Power Automate, SharePoint, Office 365 related things. Uh, okay, so if I open my SharePoint list, basically SharePoint list is connected to my Power App, and I will show you. But before that, I will show you what exactly I want to achieve. So this is my simple application. If you watch my previous videos, I have created this application with explaining the admin section and all these things. If you want to watch that video, then click on the I button, right? But today's topic is, if you click on a new IT request and you want dependent drop down, right? Let's say you have different categories request type. Consider request type 1, 2, 3. So let's say if I selected hardware request, then hardware request category should appear, not the other one. If I select the software one, then software category should appear, right? Software categories, right? Like AWS issue or ping issue, and inside AWS issue I have some subcategories as well. Let's say if I select AWS issue, then I have login error and screen lagging. Let's say if I select ping ID, then I have different sync error and it's pairing issue. Ignore the typo. Let's say similarly, if I selected the hardware, let's see hardware request, then if I check, then I have laptop issues, printer issues and all. And again, if I selected laptop issue, then the sub request type is changing accordingly. This is because of the cascading dropdown. But and this is all I will show you, because in practical, if you are creating project or a similar kind of a thing, then it will help you. So for that, before that, I will show you two SharePoint lists. One SharePoint list is where I have created I need to submit my data, that IT data. This is called IT request, where I have all these columns are on single line text column except this ticket status, right? If I want to show you column setting, edit. Okay, so this is single line text. All these are single line text, but I have added drop down in that. So that's the catch. For the cascading, because let's say in future also, if you want to modify, if you want to add different categories also, then it's better to create or maintain one database for that category purpose, right? So IT asset drop down, this separate list I have created, and I have attached this SharePoint list to my Power App. Okay, so and if you check my data source, okay, so there are different data sources as well, but IT support drop down, where all the drop downs are, all cascading happens, and IT request, where I have created database for storing the purpose of new IT request. So I will show you how I have achieved this. But before that, okay, what I will do is, because you are already, if you are new to this Power App thing, then please watch my previous videos, where I have tried to explain the different things about the Power Apps and all, creating form and all. But if you are being in between that, then yeah, I will start not from the beginning, but yeah. So what I will do is, I will remove these three columns. Remaining form is same, right? So in the properties, edit fields, I will remove this. Remove request type 1, request type 2, and request type 3. Okay, so now I don't have any request type 1, 2 and 3. So what request type 1, 2 and 3, all these are single line text in IT request, right? So I will add that, because data source is IT request. Now I will add request type 1, request type 1, 2, 3 for cascading purpose. It's very easy, guys, so don't skip this video. I will try to explain in very basic way, right? So I will arrange this column. If you drag and drop, then it will arrange properly. Just a simple drag and drop thing, just okay. Now if you see, if I play this, you can see request type 1, 2, 3 are these, all these are single line text, right? But I need that selection, right, from the another SharePoint list. So for that, what I will do is first you need to unlock this card to make a changes. I will delete this single line text box. Okay, now I have errors. Congratulations. Yeah, we'll try to resolve that, no problem. Just add drop down control and just set it properly, because if you check another card properties, I will again go to properties, and if you see 30, 49, 375 and 40, so same I will apply here. I will make it as a 30, 49, 375 and 40. Now it will look properly. Now what is the drop down value, or you can change also, but I let's consider is drp1. Okay, now I'll copy this, because we replace single line text box with the drop down, that's why they are getting error in y axis, y property. So you just need to replace with the drop down name, which is drp1 again, plus replace drp value 8 to this drp1. So one error is gone wrong. Click on the second one and just remove all these, type drp1 dot selected dot value. Why? Because for the drop down control you need to change the properties, update property. If it is single line text, then you need to just add drop down name, that property name let's in our case drp1 dot text, but for this drop down control you need to select drp1 dot selected dot value. Right, now if I play, you can see the drop down 1 2 3, which is by default values. I have not added any values in that. So now just select internal card, go to item properties and just remove it. Now because we have a list called IT asset drop down, from here I have created this hierarchy. If you want to look at it, just let's say hardware issue, hardware request, again here laptop issue, then request subcategory 3 is changed. Right, I have maintained in this way. Okay, based on your requirement you can change accordingly. So yeah, this is how I have maintained. So IT asset dropdown is the SharePoint list name. So what I will do is I will apply formula. Okay, so in the request type what we want is first level of categories, right? So and the first level of categories is this, but we want distinct. There are multiple times it's replicate, but we want distinct, so we will apply distinct function. So distinct, okay, just distinct. Select that list name, which is IT support drop down, comma, just add that name, internal name. So for that request type 1, its internal name is title. Okay, TIT, and just close this drop down. Okay, now if I play this, I will get only two values, hardware and software, which is correct, right? So in a request type 1 we have only two values, but it is repeating multiple times, that's why there are multiple entries, right? So now we are getting the distinct values. Now if I select the hardware, I need that distinct values of request type 2. Let's say hardware, so I will get I need laptop 1, laptop issue 1, printer issue and monitor issue. This 3 should be appear, right? Not software category should appear, right? So for that I will do is, what I will do again, I will use same logic. I will click internal card, select internal card. In the advanced I will unlock this card, okay, and then I will delete. Now we have errors, but don't worry. Now again same steps, add drop down, select this drop down. Okay, I'll do it fastly. Now x-axis should be 30, it's 49, its width should be 375. Okay, now it's proper. Now we'll change this drop down name to drp2, okay, for our internal purpose. Now just click on this any red dot and just update property, just remove this, and just because we just rename it to drp2 dot selected dot value. Why? Because for the drop down you need to select this particular methodology, or you right. If it is single line text, then you can just add only text, drp2 dot text, but for the drop down you need to select selected dot value, this particular function. Now again we have one more error, so we'll replace this data card value 9 with drp2. Same, just copy this, paste this. Now we don't have any errors now, but this on the first request type we applied distinct. Now on the second type we need to apply filter function. Why? Because let's say, consider if we select hardware request, then hardware request should match, so all the categories of hardware request should appear, not the software request should appear. Okay, so for that we need to apply filter. So filter function is very simple, just type filter. Okay, now select that drop down data source name, which is IT support drop down. Now select title, because फर्स्ट कैटेगरी पता तो चलना चाहिए ना भाई, आपने सिलेक्ट क्या किया है, हार्डवेयर किया है, सॉफ्टवेयर किया है, एंड इसका इंटरनल नेम क्या है, टाइटल, उसको रिनेम किया मैंने रिक्वेस्ट टाइप 1. सो फॉर दैट जस्ट सिलेक्ट टाइटल इज इक्वल टू, अब ऐसे IT एसेट ड्रॉप डाउन से हम टाइटल लेंगे, उसके अकॉर्डिंग अपने को रिक्वेस्ट टाइप 2 सिलेक्ट करना है ना, तो दैट्स वाई. सो टाइटल इज इक्वल टू, अभी इसका इंटरनल कार्ड नेम क्या था, DRP1, तो यही आपको ऐड करना है यहाँ पे, जस्ट DRP1 dot selected ये कर दिया मैंने फिल्टर का फॉर्म पूरा. बट मुझे यहाँ से क्या होगा, यहाँ से एग्जैक्टली अभी मैच क्या हो रहा है कि लेट्स से इफ वी सिलेक्ट हार्डवेयर रिक्वेस्ट, देन हार्डवेयर की यहाँ पे मैच हो रही है, हार्डवेयर के ही वैल्यूज आ रही है, बट वो वैल्यूज तो आनी चाहिए ना, उसके लिए अपने को डिस्टिंग अप्लाई करना पड़ेगा. डिस्टिंग कैसे अप्लाई करेंगे, इसके फिल्टर के पहले डिस्टिंग लगा दो, राइट. डिस्टिंग का स्पेलिंग गलत हो गया क्या, डिस्टिंग, ठीक है. फिल्टर, अभी यहाँ पे आपको जस्ट कॉमा देना है, राइट, जस्ट ऐड कॉमा, एंड कौन सी वैल्यूज आपको वहाँ पे लानी है. ओके, सो हमें लानी है वैल्यूज रिक्वेस्ट टाइप 2 की फ्रॉम IT सपोर्ट ड्रॉप डाउन लिस्ट. सो जस्ट ऐड रिक्वेस्ट टाइप 2 एंड क्लोज. ओके, तो अभी क्या, आई विल अगेन एक्सप्लेन. ओके, सो हमने क्या किया है, फर्स्ट वी अप्लाई फिल्टर, देन वी हैव एडेड IT का जो डेटा सोर्स नेम है वो, देन वी सिलेक्टेड टाइटल. ओके, टाइटल को हमने मैच किया है, लेट्स से कि इफ दैट पर्टिकुलर टाइटल अगर ये यहाँ के ड्रॉप डाउन सिलेक्शन से मैच होता है तो उसके अकॉर्डिंग वैल्यूज अपने को मिलनी चाहिए, राइट. तो दैट्स वाई वी यूज टाइटल इज इक्वल टू DRP1 विच इज दैट दिस पर्टिकुलर कार्ड नेम dot selected value. If they both match, then we will get request type 2 values from this particular IT asset drop down. Okay, it's very simple. And yeah, let's play now. Let's see, if I select software, then I will get AWS and ping ID. Let's see, under software category we have AWS, ping, so we'll get distinct values of these two, which is 2 only, AWS and ping. Now if I select hardware, we'll get laptop issue, printer issue and monitor issue. Let's see, yeah, hardware laptop, hardware printer, hardware monitor, right. Now how to add third category? For that there is simple changes. Again, initial step was same, again go advanced. अगर आपको समझा नहीं है तो फिर देख लो एक बार फिर से. मैंने क्या किया, कार्ड ओपन किया है, अनलॉक किया है, उसको डिलीट किया है, उसके बाद उसमें इंसर्ट किया है ड्रॉप डाउन. नाउ जस्ट एडजस्ट X and Y प्रॉपर्टीज, 30 49, 375, 40. Now select internal card and rename it to DRP3 or according to your convenience. Now select any of the error. Okay, for update again वही बोला है मैंने कि DRP3 because we are using drop down selected dot value, तो उसकी drop down वैल्यू में से select करनी पड़ेगी. For second error just replace data card value 10 to DRP3. कितना easy है भाई. It's not 30, it's 3. Okay, so now we don't have any errors. Again we will apply the formula. If you are still confused, then this time I will again explain it. First apply filter, then we have categories, we have separate list, and that separate list is IT asset drop down where we have all the cascaded data. So again we'll go here and we'll select IT asset, IT support drop down. IT support is right? Yeah, IT support drop down. Then now we need to match request type. Now initially हमने क्या किया था, title is equal to that drp1 dot selected dot value, right? Now we need to find out सब category of request type 2, right? So यहाँ पे आप request type 2 का name वही same है because इसका title था but इसका same ही है request type 2. So just add request type 2. Request type 2 is equal to अब इसका क्या था, इसका था DRP2. So again because इसको इससे मैच करवाना पड़ेगा ना, रिक्वेस्ट टाइप 2 जो हम यहाँ से ले रहे हैं और वहाँ का डेटा क्या एग्जैक्टली हमको सिलेक्ट करना है, राइट? तो इसका DRP2 ले लो. DRP2 डॉट सिलेक्टेड डॉट वैल्यू क्लोज. तो इससे क्या होगा, जो भी हमको रिक्वेस्ट टाइप 2 चाहिए और यहाँ से जो हम सिलेक्ट करेंगे वो दोनों मैच होने चाहिए. अगर वो मैच होंगे तो उसके बाद का अपने को सब कैटेगरी मिल जाएगा. नाउ जस्ट ऐड डिस्टिंक्ट से क्या होगा कि उसके बाद हमको जो कॉलम चाहिए ना उसके हम वैल्यू जो हमको चाहिए वो अपने को मिल जाएगा. डिस्टिंक्ट, ये फंक्शन लगा नहीं प्रॉपरली. डिस्टिंक्ट ओके. सबसे लास्ट में आ जाइए आप, इसको क्लोज कर दो, कॉमा कर दो. नाउ व्हाट वी वांट रिक्वेस्ट टाइप 3, राइट? सो जस्ट ऐड कर दो भाई, सिंपल है. रिक्वेस्ट यहाँ से ऐड कर दो, हो गया भाई, सिंपल था. अभी देखो हार्डवेयर अगर मैं सॉफ्टवेयर करूँ तो AWS इशू में क्या है अपने पास, लॉगिन एंड स्क्रीन लैगिंग. देख लेते हैं AWS इशू में वी हैव login and screen lagging. Let's say for printer 1 we have printer 1 and printer 2. Let's consider it's come under hardware ना. printer का क्या है, printer 1 and printer 2 same. So ये उसके अकॉर्डिंग मैच हो रहे हैं, राइट? Let's say if I go new IT तो यहाँ पे by default एक particular selection आ रहा है, but again there is a catch, right? If we select something, then it should not appear, it should be blank. So for that you just need to apply one more step, which is there is a property called allow empty selection. ये by default false रहता है, इसको true कर देना तो by default ये true हो जाएगा. if you have requirement, allow empty selection को false से true कर दो. okay, now what will happen, let's see. if I select hardware, okay, so ये by default blank हो जाएगा. then you can select accordingly, properly दिखेगा. laptop issue, SSD issue. okay, again if I select software, then it will go blank again, then you can select accordingly. sync error, and उसके बाद तो आप required वगैरह properties लगा ही सकते हो. yeah, so this is how you can use cascading drop down in your SharePoint, in your Power App, right? and so in future if you want to apply this property, then yeah, I hope you can apply it. Thanks for watching this video. If you like my content, then do subscribe to my channel. I will definitely post new content related to this. Thank you so much.